we've been asking for in this game, for sure.
You're not going to pay attention to this, I don't think, but 42 straight wins for this team. What goes into that? What do you make of that?
No, we don't even talk about it because I just try to get them focused on the next game and just worrying about the next opponent, no matter who it is. So we don't really even talk about it. Maybe after the season, that'll be something we can discuss if we do what we're supposed to do. But like I tell them, that's a regular season. There's another season where there's only going to be 4 teams undefeated. So that's what we're really preparing for now.
That's good, but the first half it was close. You guys had the lead for a little bit in the first quarter, but the biggest issue, it felt like at that point, was turnovers. Mm-hmm. You guys come out in the third. By my count, you had just 1 in that frame. Talk about just the refocus on ball handling and keeping those possessions going.
Well, I got in there. I just pointed at the board. Everything was on the board. I think what ends up happening is when you play in an atmosphere like that, sometimes it speeds you up and you get a little too caught up into it. Your adrenaline's pumping, moving a little too fast. We knew the pressure was coming, so we just worked on just make sure you move the ball and get in the open areas and stuff like that.
And they didn't even try on the tip-off just so they could try a trap it looked like. Have you ever seen anything like that before?
I mean, we see teams sometimes just let us get the tip. I was a little shocked, but I wasn't shocked at them running and jumping for sure.
Do you ever catch yourself surprised at the athleticism of some of your players when you see sometimes them jumping out the gym and dunking on opposing players, things of that nature?
To be honest with you, we train honestly for speed. So there's really nothing they're going to do that's going to shock me athletically. They just find a way to move. I just want to make sure that they're moving and being active. And whether that's in transition, whether that's on defense, whether that's on closeouts or whatever.
Yeah, they said you got to see you guys practice. And you said before you got a newer, nice gym. I would assume you'd have that old, humid middle school gym still.
No, I would love to have an old middle school. I don't like nothing pretty. I like it dirty and grimy. I'll keep everybody level and hungry.
Dorian mentioned he thought something might have paid dividends. As you guys played down the stretch last year without Josiah. Mm-hmm. Do you feel like that's helped some of these kids this year kind of push along a little bit more?
Well, Dorian and Derek started a full season and started a full tournament. So they kind of know what to expect. Even the other ones that were around, they kind of know what to expect. So I think a lot of that, plus a lot of the film work that we do, and just a lot of the stuff that we practice. There's a lot that goes into them performing out there. It's not just like we just roll the balls out. There's a lot of work. There's a lot of thinking and things like that.
Well, you even said last year, Damaris, it doesn't show yet, but it's going to show.
Oh, yeah.
What do you attribute his ability to just step on that stage with him the way he has, being as poised as he has?
I think it's easier when you got 2 other guys that's in your class that did it. So it's kind of a little bit of pressure to speed, get you involved. And he was waiting his turn. He was patient, and now he shows up on the big stage.
I want to ask about the defensive mindset tonight at certain points, and especially late down the stretch. That big block from Damaris.
Yeah.
As I mentioned, he somehow was like an NFL receiver, keeping his 2 feet barely in bounds and then getting that foul going to the line.
Right.
Talk about his closeout on that play and just the defensive mindset of this team at points.
I mean, we worked on closeouts. Running them off the line was definitely on the board. That was definitely something that we do every day. But for some odd reason, they were getting open threes, but he got it at the right time, and so that's why we practiced that.
How does a game like this, it's the last game of the season. Now you guys' focus is shifted on districts and things of that nature. How does a game like this, being that you play, the top team outside of you guys in the area, kind of give you guys a boost towards, playoff time?
Well, I think that they see that, when we apply the things we need to, we can win. Big time team, big time program, and to come here, tradition. These are the type of teams we would prefer to play. To be honest with you, because they have championship aspirations. So I know that they're going to come after us, and we're going to come after them, and that's what we both do this for. It's a perfect game to end the season for both teams.
For those guys who haven't experienced what last year was like, do you think the environment of a game like this is what's really important for them going forward?
Yeah, I mean, we played in a lot of wild environments, but it was neutral sites. This is the first time we went into someone's den, and it was truly outnumbered and outgunned. And again, I prefer it like that. That's how we like it, because I think that's going to test you, mentally. I think that's what's going to mentally test you the most and push you.